Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative. I don't know what just happened there. We're gonna run with it. I have no idea why am I hearing a lot of feedback right now? One moment, guys. Hang on. I'm gonna go like this. Can everyone hear me now? Is everything okay without the double Stef feedback situation going on? Please let me know. Oh my goodness. It's as if I've never streamed before, guys, right? It keeps stopping. Sounds okay. Okay. Right. All right. Everything's sounding good. Righty-ho. Hello, everyone. How's it all going? Hopefully you can still hear me. I know that the, audio sounds good. I was clear the entire time. That'll do for me. It was just a little bit of feedback from my end. Never mind, I'm gonna roll with it. Hey up everyone, how are you all doing? Yes, Andy is not here today. I do not look like Andy. I do not sound like Andy. I am definitely not Andy. No, I am Stef The Alter Nerd. I am taking over for the rest of the week for Popcorn Planet Live whilst he's away on holiday with his family. All right for some, isn't it? And on today's menu, yes, Ryan Seacrest seems to be a little bit butthurt, guys, and we're going to jump into that in a moment. Before we do so, though, do make sure, if you haven't done so already, for more pop culture justice live on the daily, make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell to on, like, comment down below, help the algorithm. Also, as well, if you want to go a little bit extra and you want some more bonus content from the man himself, why consider join today, and for as little as $4.99 a month, you can become a Popcorn Planeteer and get more content, bonus material from Andy Signor himself. With that being said, I'm going to say to hi everyone in a moment, but let's jump into the main topic of the day. Now, we're going to rewind a little bit back here, guys, because I did a little bit of research on this. Back in November, yes, middle of last month, CNN had released this whole communication that they planned to sober up a boozy New Year's Eve coverage. Now, let's put it this way, guys, all right? I can't drink alcohol for obvious reasons. I got a dodgy pancreas, all right? However, for you guys out there that health-wise, you're not restrained, okay? Consider a New Year's Eve without alcohol. Probably impossible, right? Or downright probably sacrilegious, right? Well, here at the time, CNN had turned round and they did this kind of like town hall situation with everyone. They wanted to pare back some of the zany antics that had apparently become a staple into the wee hours. So, like later on in the whole New Year's Eve program, as the hosts get drinking and get drunker and drunker and drunker, and they were saying some really, really funny shiz, right? While Anderson Cooper will still be able to drink during primetime hours, along with his co-host Andy Cohen. While the duo holds forth in Times Square, correspondents and anchors who may have slurped down alcoholic drinks on camera in the past will be required to halt the practice. They essentially told employees that they felt on-camera drinking eroded the credibility of CNN personnel and damaged the respectability they may enjoy among viewers. However, CNN at the time declined to make executives available for comment. And as I mentioned before, the network's coverage of New Year's Eve was a topic of a town hall discussion held between CNN staffers, the company's chairman, and CEO, according to people familiar with the meeting. So, basically, a month and a half ago, CNN had turned around and be like, do you know what? The New Year's Eve whole broadcast situation, you think you're going to be drinking alcohol this year during it? No. Not happening. Well, this came out earlier on today, and question for the chat. Do you think Ryan Seacrest was a little bit butthurt from last year? Let me explain why I asked that question. So, Ryan Seacrest, he has come out and said, do you know what? What CNN said last month, very smart of CNN to cut back on the drinking, cut back on the alcohol. And he says that after Andy Cohen drunkenly dissed him. So let's go into the weeds of this, okay? So Ryan Seacrest told Entertainment Weekly that he says probably a good idea. Yeah, a good idea if it stops, people from dissing you. I mean, the ego on this dude. Like, come on, take a freaking joke. And when you find out the diss from last year against Ryan Seacrest in a moment that Andy Cohen said, you'd be like, dude's ego's just freaking fragile as well. Like, seriously, it is nuts, guys. Stay tuned for this bombshell. So yeah, probably a good idea in Ryan Seacrest's mind that CNN is reducing the alcohol intake and basically banning it, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, during the upcoming 2022 to 2023 celebration. CNN hosts Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen went viral during last year's telecast for their drunken antics. And I'll tell you something, their viral antics even came across to my shores. You know when something goes viral in America, when I get to see it as well in the UK, then it's totally gone viral when it reaches over at this side of the pond. Let me put it that way. And they looked like they had so much fun. Oh my goodness, to ban alcohol is gonna be so freaking boring. No, don't do that, CNN. No, free the alcohol. Free Cooper and Cohen right now. I want them to drink until their heart's content, because I'll be like, what shiz are they going to be pulling this year? I'll be staying tuned for that all day long, guys. Now, they include antics included Cohen dissing Seacrest and ABC's New Year's Rockin Eve, because Seacrest, he actually hosts like the competitor during that whole time frame for New Year's Eve for ABC. Called New Year's Rockin Eve. And Cohen addressed that show that Ryan Seacrest fronts live for New Year's Eve for ABC, calling them, him and, whoever he is with on ABC, a group of losers that are performing behind us while on air, adding, I mean, with all due respect, if you've been watching ABC tonight, you've seen nothing. I'm sorry. And to be fair, it might have been a conspiracy theory, whatever, I didn't even know that Ryan Seacrest, hosted a New Year's Eve live celebration show on another network. I know of Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen's show. I know that all day long. Like, those guys have fun. Those guys know how to party. Those guys know how to drink. And dudes, seriously, the clips that I've seen, you know how hard it is to make me laugh. You know how many times Andy be like, I've got a clip for you, and I'm like this. Really? This is supposed to be funny? Dude, Cooper and Cohen, where they are absolutely sloshed out of their backsides, is funny as shit. Ryan Seacrest, who is he again? Who is he on New Year's Eve? I don't know who he is. I don't care. I'm not bothered. I didn't even know of his whole New Year's Eve celebration, live existence situation. Dude is butter, right? Dude is freaking butter. Because Cohen said that they were a bunch of losers. And if you're watching his show, you've seen nothing. Cohen said that when he had a little bit, a bit of a few, you know what I mean? And Ryan Seacrest be like, yeah, it's probably a better thing that they've banned alcohol this year. Yeah. Of course he's gonna say that, the freaking, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. But jealous little troll. What the deuce? When, again, apart from those like myself, where for health reasons, you can't drink any alcohol at all, right? New Year's Eve, you're there to get sloshed, to drink alcohol, to get sloshed, to drink alcohol. Like, it's a party with alcohol. Like, alcohol pretty much, you know, from where we're, you know, in our kind of situation, right? Pretty much a requirement for New Year's Eve. Okay? Unless health or religious reasons, of course. But do you know what I mean? It's pretty much guaranteed to be on the menu. And for him to turn around and be like, yeah, it's probably best that on New Year's Eve, you know, alcohol is banned. Who the deuce is he? Like, some kind of freaking dictator on New Year's Eve to be like, no alcohol shall be allowed. You shall not have any fun whatsoever. I cannot take a joke. I am always butthurt. I am jealous as hell because everyone else is watching Cooper and Cohen and no one is watching my shitty little New Year's Eve telly broadcast live situation. I'm just going to roll with that. Yeah, right? Like, seriously, come the frick on, dude. This is insane. Oh, wait, but there's more. Seacrest told Entertainment Weekly that he doesn't advocate drinking when one is on the air. He added, I don't know how that started as a tradition, but it's probably a good idea to cut back CNN. Okay, so I kind of see where he's coming from there. Okay. It's not good to drink any alcohol whilst you're on air. I get that. However, when you look at the context of the situation, again, this is New Year's Eve. It's a celebration. Unless it's for health or religious requirements, alcohol is guaranteed to be on the freaking menu, guys. All right? It's okay to have a few, get a little bit tipsy, and have fun, as long as you're not breaking the rules of television. Now, in the UK, we call them the Ofcom rules, okay? When you're on TV, when you're broadcasting, there's things you're allowed to say and there's things you're definitely not allowed to say. I am sure there's going to be the equivalent in America, okay? I'm sure of that, yeah? Guarantee it. Bet $1 million on that, yeah? As long as they're not breaking those rules, do you know what? Let them have the alcohol, let them drink, let them party and let them have fun, because do you know what? That's just part of the freaking experience, right? You're there, you're watching Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper. They're getting a little bit sloshed. You're getting freaking tipsy. It's like you're drinking together, you're celebrating together, you're having fun, you're having a laugh, you're having fun, right? And especially with, let's not get too morbid here, but all the bad shiz that's going on in the world right now, yeah? When there is a moment, when there's an opportunity, an excuse for levity, to celebrate, to have fun, forget the freaking problems and just go for it, yeah? Why the frick not? And why take the main ingredient to help that along out of the equation, aka alcohol, right? Seriously, dude. And he's saying this, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Oh, yeah, CNN, it's such a good idea for them to, like, take alcohol off the menu. He's only saying that because last year Cohen was like, yeah, Ryan Seacrest and his whole crew over at ABC are a bunch of losers. If you're watching them, you're watching nothing. He's saying that because he's that Andy Cohen completely dissed him and completely called him out, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. If Andy Cohen didn't turn around and say that, then CNN, let's say the following year, turning around and saying, yeah, we're going to ban alcohol. Ryan wouldn't have said anything about it, I don't think, in my opinion. No way, no way. Dude got butter. And so now, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, he's turning around to see it and he's like, ha, 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 ha. You can't have fun anymore. You can't diss me in my shitty little show. Na, 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 na. Because it is shizzy. I mean, come on. If I haven't heard of it, come on. Like, who is watching that show? Who is watching Ryan Seacrest, right? Oh, my goodness. Just off a tangent, right? When I was in America last month, there's that Ryan and Kelly show, Kelly and Ryan show, like a morning show that I was seeing whenever I put on the TV in the morning and they'd be on, or was it the evening? I can't remember. They had a show, and I was like, Ryan Seacrest got boring. Like, I remember him from back in the day with like what was it, American Idol, and he was like charismatic, he had energy, you know, there was a thing about him, right? But that Kelly and Ryan and Kelly show that he does, whether it's a morning show or an evening, I don't know, whatever, right? You guys probably know what I'm talking about, yeah? I'm like, dude, look like in a fart right now. Like, where's the energy? Where's that chutzpah? That do you know what I mean? That thing that he had. Like, he's lost it. He's lost it. He's got old. He's lost it. Like, I don't care. Whatever, right? But Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, guys, they bring the sass. I love it. They still have something about them that brings that energy, and you have fun. And no wonder I know their New Year's Eve celebration, live telethon, whatever you want to call it, more than knowing the freaking existence of Ryan's version. Shares the freaking bed. Do you know what? Ryan's version, I can imagine, if there's no alcohol whatsoever kind of like involved in his show, is probably watched by, I don't know, extremely like old, like in the 80s, 90s kind of people that, you know, are like, you will not do this and you will not do that and you will keep by the rules here and you will keep that, like, proper stickler for the rules. Do you know what I mean? Boring people, basically. Oh my goodness. But, oh no, there's more. So, he says, there's some pretty respectable people, or at least one, right? I think there's a serious journalist and then a friend of mine who has a lot of fun, but it's probably a good idea, Seacrest said. Although the viewers probably wish they would drink more, but I think they had something to say about my show at one point. Yeah, which he probably remembers word for word because he's that butter, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Which was, I'm sure, from the alcohol, because I don't think they would say what they said about our performers if they weren't drinking. Guys, come on. Seacrest concluded, I think our show's a bigger, broader show, and we will not drink until 1:05 in the morning, although I might send them some Casa Dragones tequila just to tempt them whilst they are on air. Basically, he's like, mine is bigger than yours. Mine is bigger than yours. He's like comparing D's, okay, there, my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. But I would like to counter argue that. I'd turn around to Ryan and be like, yeah, you say that yours is bigger than theirs. However, I didn't even know the existence of your show until you got butthurt and you were like, haha, CNN ain't allowing alcohol anymore in their show for New Year's Eve. He had to moan. He had to be like, yeah, I'm so glad they're not going to drink alcohol anymore because they won't have the opportunity to diss my show anymore because I got so butthurt. She's the freaking bed. Come on. I'll tell you something, right? Between you and me, right, guys? Let's put it this way. I can imagine being butthurt with butt chugging. Now, that's got to hurt your butt. Guys, if you don't know what I mean by that, Google it. But it's this film that I watched, I think like ages back now, that stars John Cena, and I think it's called Blockers. Butt chugging is going to make your butt hurt. Now, that you can get butt hurt over. But a piddly little comment of like, dude, your show's fucking boring. You're a loser. That ain't to get butt hurt over. I tell you that right now. There's butt hurt, and then there's an ego that's just being dinted. Do you know what I mean? The places my mind goes, hi Andy, if you're watching. I got butt chugging in. Yes! Moving swiftly on. So Cohen later admitted that his on-air Seacrest diss was a huge mistake. I don't think he should have said that, saying it was a huge mistake. Hey, at the end of the day, no. He didn't turn around and say Seacrest is an absolute tosser. and use, I mean, I say that, but, you know, really strong language. Do you know what I mean? And really give up, like, industry insider backstage secrets. You just said Seacrest a loser and his show's freaking boring. There's probably a lot of people that think that right now, especially me. He's just saying what everyone else is thinking. It's what I do, right? I hope. The only thing that I regret saying, the only thing is that I slammed the ABC broadcast, and I really like Ryan Seacrest, and he's a great guy, Cohen said on his Sirius XM radio show. And I really regret saying that, and I was just stupid and drunk and feeling it. However, I would like to produce a counter-argument to Cohen, because do you know what? I keep it 100, all right, guys? Andy Cohen. Let's put it this way, yeah? When people are drunk, I firmly believe that their real selves come out, yeah? And what they wouldn't say when sober, they're gonna say when drunk, yeah? Like their real thoughts, no inhibitions whatsoever, completely let loose, no restraints, no restrictions. You are just getting it, right? Him turning around and saying, nah, I really think that Ryan Seacrest is a good dude, and I regret saying it, this, that, and the other. Do I think he regrets saying it? Probably. I get that. But for him to turn around and say, but what I said was complete garbage, because I actually think that Ryan Seacrest is an awesome dude, and his show is great, this, that, and the other. Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Lies, 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 lies. Liar, liar, liar. Your pants on fire. God, I'm just going to run with that. Seriously, guys. Like, really? He's going to turn around and say that what he said whilst drunk, he didn't mean to. I don't think so. I really don't think so. No way. No way. I think what he said was what he felt, what he thought. And is there a problem with that? No. However, I understand why he regrets saying it, because at the end of the day, it's not professional. I get that. Okay. But, meh. You apologise for being unprofessional. But then don't turn around and try and backtrack on what you said when you said it whilst you were drunk, which in my opinion is when the real truth actually comes out for most people. Do you know what I mean? Come the frick on. Who's he trying to freaking, like, you know what I mean? Dude. Anyway, guys, that's it for this particular segment of the show. Everyone that's watching live, stay exactly where you are. If you are watching live on the replay, do comment down below. What do you think to this whole situation? Do you think, first and foremost, Ryan Seacrest is absolute butter with what Andy Cohen said last year? I really think so, but do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know in the comments down below or in the live chat if you're here right now. Also, as well, if you haven't done so already and you loved today's video, then do make sure, if you've not already, subscribe, turn the notification bell to all, like this video, and comment down below as ever what you thought. And if you want to go one step further, then you can join today for as little as $4.99 a month to get extra bonus content from Andy Signor himself. But with that being said, everyone that's watching live, stay exactly where you are, because I is clipping this. But for everyone else watching on the replay, here are a couple of videos for your consideration for you to click on right now that look tasty and less butthurt than Ryan Seacrest. Click